Good morning. So I'm here at just off the Maligne Lake Rd today at Watchtower parking lot. So I'm heading up into the Watchtower Basin, which is just off the Skyline Trail. So the Skyline Trail runs from Maligne Lake to Signal Mountain, but about halfway by Curator Campground there's two exits. One will take you down to Wabasso Lake to the Icefields Parkway, and then the other one here is going up. Basically, if you're on the Skyline, you'd be going up over the Watchtower Call and into the Watchtower Basin down to here. So I'm heading up in there today, not going into the Skyline itself, but up into the basin. This is kind of one of those forgotten trails. First objective of the day will be crossing the Maligne River here, but it's pretty much just a trickle here at this point. I'll explain why in a moment, but yeah, about 10 point something kilometers today. A little bit of a later start, just after 10. Probably take me about 3 hours for, let's give it 4 because I'm getting slow. But yeah, weather was supposed to be sunny, but clouds are in, which should keep the horseflies down. I got my bug spray this time, so I don't have to suffer like the last hike. Yeah, I'm gonna head off here and get that first objective out of the way. Hop, skip, and jump over the Maligne, and we'll head up into the basin for a night. Let's go check it out. One of Jasper's forgotten trails. Okay, so this is the Maligne River here, and as you can tell, the water is quite low, but you can see how much it comes up because this is where the old bridge used to be, and look at the size of that log jam. It's huge. So that's just a testament of how raging this river can get in the early season. So basically there's a lot of cave systems all through here. Just up the road a ways is Medicine Lake, which in the later season it basically drains almost empty just into a river, and all the water disappears into the caves. And then when the spring runoff starts, all those caves fill up and the lake overflows, and then when it reaches a point it really overflows and then floods this river out. So early season you wouldn't be able to get across here at all unless you want to cross that, but right now I should be able to get across without too much difficulty here. But that's why the water fluctuates so much. Alright, so 5 minutes in, I've already crossed about 6-7 down trees, and the humidity just went up about 70% in the last 5 minutes in this forest. Bugs are out, they're not bugging me yet, but it's gonna be a muggy day. I imagine we'll get some rain, but yeah, it's a sign of things to come. I have a feeling we're gonna be crossing a lot of down trees today, as this is, like I said, this is one of those forgotten trails. Not too many people come up here anymore. I can pretty much guarantee I'll be alone tonight, unless someone comes up over the Watchtower or up this trail. But yeah, it's gonna be muggy, which will probably bring some rain, which is fine. That's how she goes out here. Okay, so as you can see, I'm hiking up through a burn here. This happened about 10 years ago up at Medicine Lake. It was quite a decent sized fire for being so close to town. I remember seeing the smoke rising over the mountains. They had to evacuate Maligne Lake and the Skyline. It was a pretty decent fire, but as you notice, once the fire adds a lot of nitrogen and nutrients back to the soil, opens up the area, burns all that old moss and scrub. So you get a lot of nice growth in here now, a lot of berry bushes. So definitely have to be bear aware today. There's some berries coming out. Lots of fireweed, which is these pink flowers. I don't know if you could see them right there. That's fireweed. But, whew. Yeah, I just started. The humidity is through the friggin' roof, which we're not used to up here. It's usually a very dry heat. So I'm really not gonna mind that cloud cover today, because it's great, nice being in the open, good line of sight. But yeah, that sun out, and I could deal with heat pretty good, but humidity, not used to that. So I have a feeling we're gonna get a good thunderstorm this afternoon. That's my prediction. We'll see how that turns out. Okay, into a little section here that the fire never reached. You can see the burnt trees through there. Trail's actually still pretty decent. Wasn't a lot of trees down, which all those burnt trees will eventually fall down, but not yet. So yeah, lots of flagging too on the trees. Someone did a good job flagging it, but trail's pretty easy to find. And yeah, decent so far for a path less traveled, which is good. Just slowly rolling along. All right, looks like we're out of the burn area now. Back into the forest here. Getting a little higher up. It's just a gradual steady uphill. Eventually we'll hit Watchtower Creek, and then so basically you start down at Excelsior Creek where it flows into the Maligne, and then you kind of traverse uphill heading southward towards Watchtower Creek, and then up into the basin from there. Slow going, an hour and a half. I've probably maybe covered 3 kilometers, so slow and steady. The humidity kind of slows me down, but we're in the shade now, so hopefully pick up the pace a little more. Maybe a little bit of cloud coming in. It's nice to be warm, but humidity doesn't work too well for me. I don't usually sweat, but today's a little sweaty, which wearing bug spray sucks because it kind of clogs your pores too, and it's nasty stuff. But the bugs ain't too bad, but it's nice to have them off me compared to my last hike. That's interesting. Looks like some kind of, I don't know, a sled or something. At one time, when people actually came through here on horseback and cleared trails back in the day. Just in the middle of nowhere here. It's kind of cool. It's too bad this trail's like great, but there's one. I just went through one big section there. It was just full of deadfall. Pretty nasty. Probably a good couple of kilometers worth. Most likely all from pretty fresh too, so probably from that big snowfall we had in June. It's a pity, because who knows when anybody's gonna ever come and clear that out. But other than that, this trail is still, you know, pretty decent. Otherwise, it's not bad. It'd be a really good hike if it wasn't for all that deadfall. It's unfortunate. Yay! Watchtower Creek. Finally. So that was 3.5 hours for 7.4K. It was quite a bit of deadfall, really slowed me down. But only 2 kilometers or so to the campground, which is great. It'll be another hour or so, I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna give myself an hour. Yes. Nice, finally out in the open. So that's the Watchtower Basin up in there, Watchtower Call, which would take you up into the Skyline around Big Shovel Pass there. So once we get camp all set up, there's a couple little tarns I'd like to hike to, and we'll take a little walk through the basin. I won't be climbing up to the call. I've already been up there. I've been through the Skyline, so we'll just tour around the basin there. But yeah, a couple of K to go, and we'll get camp set up and have a little snack and a break, and then we'll go do some exploring. All right, let's get up there. All right, so bit of a view from where I'm camped. Nothing overly spectacular. There's my tent set up, tarp, a horsefly heading into the tent there. Go get them. So now we're just gonna go get some water, have a little snack, put the food away. I might even just have a nap for an hour. Just kind of frustrated me and tired me out, so I might just relax for a little while, have some Fireball. I've earned it. I will say though that the eating area is kind of nice. A nice little garden here of aster and paintbrush, whatnot. Tents are up over there. You can see it must be the trail heading towards the Watchtower Call and the upper basin, the meadow down there and the creek. And they actually put in the food boxes here, which I'm quite surprised. A couple of picnic tables and the old bear hang teepee style outhouses up there. So eating area is quite nice, I'll give it that. Alright, let's go get some water. This is down at the creek here, Watchtower Creek. It's quite scenic actually. So I mean, it's not all bad here. It's a nice area for sure. Just the trail needs a lot of work. TLC. But that's the Watchtower Call. So if you go up over that, that'll take you into Big Shovel Pass, just before Curator Lake and the Skyline. And then we got the Watchtower right there. And that's where I came from, down there. call-in range, Basin Lake, and then of course the campground up in there. So, I mean, aside from the bugs and the bad trail or lack of care, it's not that bad of an area. I'd love to go for a wander up there later, but today I don't think so. Maybe I'll have dinner down here later. It's breezy and there's no bugs. Yeah, pretty. We get some weather. All right. It's just about 8 o'clock here. Just had a nap for an hour and a half, 2 hours. I'm gonna get some dinner going. Looks like we got some weather coming in for sure. So we'll get dinner out of the way before that hits. Hey, what's for dinner tonight? Well, I got some end cuts of beef strip loin, chopped, cubed up and marinated, and soy sauce, garlic and onion, and a little bit of mustard and some other garlic, onion, some other spices, with about half a sidekick of fried rice pasta, teriyaki style. So we'll gobble that down. It's quite a bit of meat in there, so I just used half a pack of the sidekick there. So quick, easy meal. You can hear a little bit of thunder rolling in, so we'll probably have to gobble this up quick. Definitely some weather coming. A couple of little rolling thunder sounds there. Looking pretty gray up there behind me. So we'll get this meal put away quickly. And then, yeah, I guess it's back to the tent. They were calling for weather tonight and then clearing up in the morning, so looks like what it's gonna be. All right, all packed up and ready to go. Another nice day so far. A couple of clouds moving in there, but pretty clears around here. So I'm leaving pretty much at the same time, just after 10 a.m. We'll see if I could shave any time off today, which I'm sure I will, because it's all downhill. As long as I can stay on the trail here, which I'll be finding it right away, so hopefully I don't lose it. And then of course we'll have to get through that deadfall, which I'll lose a bit of time there, but hoping to make up some time coming through these meadows this morning. So still gonna give myself about 5 hours though, because that's pretty much the standard with this old man. So yeah, can't say when I'll be back here. Been there, done that kind of thing. So like I said, it's not a bad area if we can just get that trail maintained a bit. But even still, it was, you know, you could still get in here. It'd be nice if I ever did come back to just take my time, or, you know, it'd be nice to explore that upper basin there. for sure. But maybe next time. All right, let's hit the road. All right, just crossed the creek. It's looking back up to the Watchtower Call. This is just pretty much a rock hop across there. Sun shining. There's the Collin Range down there, my destination. And Watchtower. All along the Watchtower. Alright. So, let's find this trail. This should be fun. Let's get her done. Alright, definitely on a better track than yesterday. Staying on this side of the creek. There's some flagging right there. So yesterday my problem was there was a couple of cairns along the creek, and I thought that's where I was supposed to cross, but it clearly wasn't. So I crossed way too early and had the bushwhack on the other side. But you don't cross until you're pretty much right at the campground. The big yellow markers are there. The trail that does get a little lost in that swampy stuff, but if you stay close to the creek, it shouldn't be a problem. And then just keep your eye out for flags and footprints. And yeah, a lot better going today so far. All right, so back where I took my break yesterday at Watchtower Creek. Stayed on the trail the whole time today. I know exactly where I lost it yesterday. I saved about half an hour, not much. Still slow going, you know, when you got less of a trail. I just got a little frustrated near the end there yesterday and crossed the creek a little too early, and so you just got to be patient and know what you're getting into when you hit trails like this, and take your time, you know. Should have left earlier, could have, because it's getting pretty hot, but otherwise looking okay. It's just 10 minutes to 12 here, so I've still got another probably 3 hours to get through all that deadfall. But rolling along, feeling pretty good. But I think from here I'm just gonna put my camera away because it's just kind of hanging off me and it's kind of getting in the way, and there's not much really to see from this point, so I'll sign off until I get to the truck here. Anyways, a little break and onward and downward. All right, well, it was a lot better coming out today. Only took 4 hours instead of 6. Still quite hot today, but not quite as humid, so that helped. And knowing what to expect going through that deadfall helped make it a little less painful on the mind. But still a good trail underneath all that crud. If hopefully if they can ever get in there to clear some of that stuff. But unfortunately, it's actually quite nice going through the burned area and the views, and it's quite open, exposed to the heat, of course, but eventually those trees will eventually come down. So once that happens, that'll probably be the end of that trail for a while. But yeah, that's the Watchtower. Now let's get home and have a nice cold beer, a burger, Earned it. All right, let's get this baby home.